If you watched my last video upload, I talked about the 5 things that I don't like about the all-new Tundra, and although it does have some weak points and some areas where it could be improved, the reality is that there's a lot more good about this truck than bad. In today's video, I want to talk about the 5 things that I like most about the 2022 Toyota Tundra. By far, my favorite thing about the all-new Tundra is the interior design, which is a huge improvement over the outgoing second generation model. And that's despite the fact that I didn't really have issue with the second generation interior, unlike many others that felt that it was very outdated, didn't keep up with the competition, and was long overdue for an update. I thought it was okay, but in comparison, this interior design is so much better. For starters, I really like the look and layout. It's got a really clean, simple, classy design, but it's also got some pretty cool modern design elements like the vents, the optional 14-inch multimedia screen, which is really the centerpiece of this interior. The ergonomics are also good as well, though. It's got a really simple layout. Everything is easy to find, it's easy to reach, and I think it's pretty intuitive all around. The all-new Tundra also has a lot more available features that you couldn't get in the outgoing second generation model. It just has a lot more luxury, a lot more tech. For example, we've got the panoramic sunroof on this model. We've got heated and ventilated seats. We've got a heated steering wheel. A lot of features with the multimedia system that you couldn't get in the outgoing model. So it just takes the truck to a new level in terms of some of those features. Another thing that I really like is the seat design. It's very comfortable, and I think it's got a really cool pattern to it as well. The all-new Tundra also has a very impressive list of available off-road features, many of which you couldn't get in prior generations of the Tundra. For starters, it does have available four-wheel drive, and those models are equipped with a 2-speed transfer case, giving you both a low and high range option. We also get Toyota's multi-terrain select and crawl control system, which we've seen on the Tacoma, the FJ Cruiser, and the 4Runner in the past, but never on the Tundra. With multi-terrain select, when you're in 4 low, there are 4 different traction modes, and when you're in 4 high, 4 different traction modes that are designed to maximize performance of the vehicle. They adjust throttle response and brake response. So say you're driving in mud or sand or snow, rocks, the truck is going to make adjustments depending on those conditions to maximize that performance. With that system, we also get crawl control, which allows the vehicle to take control of the throttle. You just control the steering, you can adjust the speed slightly, and it will maximize traction. So you can use that in situations where maybe you're stuck in the sand or in the snow, going up a really steep incline, and it's going to help in some of those scenarios. We've also got hill descent control, which is basically the same as crawl control, but for going downhills. Again, the vehicle is going to control that throttle response, and going down a really steep decline where maybe it's really sandy or loose soil, and there's a high probability of slipping, the truck is going to help to minimize those situations. And then last but not least, the Tundra is also now available with an electronic locking rear differential. With a locking rear differential, it's going to force 50% power split to both of the rear tires. The alternative to that is an open differential or limited slip differential, where basically if you lose traction on one side, let's say that you're off-roading and one tire comes off the ground, the vehicle is going to basically send all that power to that one side where there is no traction, and that's not really handy for those situations. It's ideal when you're driving on dry pavement where you want to adjust that power depending on where you've got more wheel spin, but again, not ideal in certain off-road situations. All said, those systems make this truck extremely capable, and much more so than the outgoing second generation Tundra. Another feature I really love about the all-new Tundra is the available camera systems. They've got the panoramic view monitoring system and the multi-terrain monitoring system as options. I've got both on this truck, and they're handy for a variety of situations. They're handy for towing, for off-road driving, for pulling into tight parking spots, for a number of other safety scenarios, and definitely great systems that I would highly recommend. When we've got the truck in park, we can just push on this view button right here, and it'll give us a 360-degree view of the truck from a bird's eye view. Push on this button here and it brings it down to ground level. If we put the truck into drive or reverse and then push on the view button, it's going to bring up our front view camera. We're in drive. If we go into reverse, it automatically goes to rear view. And then on this side of the screen, we get the 360-degree aerial view of the truck. That has been especially useful for really tight parking situations, and I could also see where it'd be really handy for towing. Obviously, with the 14-inch multimedia screen, it gives us a really nice large view, and it's got a fairly high-resolution camera as well, although we do get a little bit of distortion at the edges. We can also manually toggle through a few different camera views. So if we push here, this front view goes to a rear view camera. Push here and it gives us the front mirrors looking forward, and if we push here it goes to mirrors looking backward. We've also got this button here that goes to the bed view, and then we've got a button here that is our multi-terrain monitor mode. When you activate that, we now have a split screen with 3 views. We've also got our inclinometer down below here. So currently we've got our side mirrors looking forward and our front view camera. Again, we can manually toggle. We can go to the rear view camera. We can go to just the rear view. And then we've also got this button right here, which under the black portion of the truck there, when the truck is moving, that will illuminate and we'll get a camera view that's actually underneath the truck to help you avoid obstacles like tree roots or logs or rocks during off-road driving scenarios. So this camera system is a huge bonus on the all-new Tundra. The Tundra is really nice to drive, and that's not just because of the premium interior. They've done a lot to really improve the overall ride quality. It's very comfortable, very smooth, and just has a very compliant overall ride. One of the main reasons for that is that they've gone away with the rear leaf spring suspension that we saw in the outgoing Tundra. It's now got a coil set up in the rear, and so with that you see a pretty nice improvement in stability and handling. In addition to that, the steering feel is very nice on the truck, brake feel is good, and it just drives very nice. It sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Apparently it's an artificial sound, which I think is kind of funny, but I like it anyway. Although I do think they should have a knob so you can turn it up and down depending on if you want a loud ride or not. But that brings us to our next point, and that is that the new Tundra has an awesome powertrain. And this one might be a little controversial because the 5.7 liter V8 of the outgoing model was very much beloved, but personally I think that this powertrain is better. We still need to see about long-term reliability and durability. That's going to take a while for us to really test that one out. But beyond that, this powertrain is far superior. It has more horsepower, more torque, better gas mileage, maybe not as good as the EPA numbers in real-world conditions, but still an improvement. But this powertrain is also just very responsive. The truck is very quick. It's got a very premium feel to it. One of the reasons for that is that the transmission is absolutely seamless in its shifts, and it just has a much more premium feel to it overall than what you had in the outgoing model. And that's just the base engine. We've also got the optional hybrid powertrain, which isn't in production just yet, but offers more horsepower, more torque. It's going to be even faster and get even better gas mileage. And I have a feeling that powertrain is going to really impress in many capacities. But again, even this base powertrain for the all-new Tundra is very impressive in its own right. So there you have it. Those are the 5 things I like most about the all-new 2022 Toyota Tundra. There's a lot more to love about the truck, and there's some downsides too, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. If you want to check out my video of the 5 things that I don't like about the Tundra, you can click on the link in the upper right-hand corner. For more videos of the all-new Tundra, be sure to subscribe, and in the meantime, thanks for watching.